us on another episode of the show where we're focusing on business and the advent of artificial intelligence on all businesses. We talk call center a lot. I spent 33 years running call centers, contact centers now, omni-channel, chat, email, text. Oh, yeah, and phone calls too, inbound and outbound, thus in the queue. So glad you're here with us. I'm I'm working on my book, AI is Coming for Your Job, and doing a lot of research. It's scary stuff, folks, scary. As we read, I was reading a quote, I'm using this in the book, from Kai-Fu Lee, chairman and CEO of Sinovation Ventures, a Chinese company. He says, AI coming about and replacing routine jobs is pushing us to do what we should be doing anyway, the creation of more humanistic service jobs. And I ask, what is a more humanistic service job anyway? Or what is he talking about? All of the bigs, all of the leaders, the giant companies are embracing AI, as you know. Your company likely is embracing AI. It is the technology, the must-have technology, because of its incredible power to do repetitive tasks, to think, to come up with text, write, create. Generative AI is hot. It's being used now. It's being assimilated out to all form of users. Folks sitting at home right now using generative AI to write books, write copy, create videos and images. It's amazing. And what we are forgetting, and the whole point of my book is that all of the employees who do this work currently, the human employees, will be replaced. AI is coming for your job. And we've seen this in the past. We've seen the historical precedents happen. And we've seen, just like these past, the Industrial Revolution, right? When machines came along and displaced people who use their hands, craftspeople, people who were weavers, made things with their hands. Here come the machines, the power looms, and those folks were out of work. And, you've seen this happen. Personal computing comes along and suddenly you don't need typists, right? We don't need mail people anymore, hardly. We still have mail. Even though email, I remember a teacher saying when email kind of became a thing, right? You remember AOL and you've got mail and all that. And I remember it was a professor, an intelligent teacher saying that this was the end of the U.S. Post Office because of email. Now, that's not entirely true, although the post office has barely hung on. And if it wasn't a government entity, it likely would be out of business by now. But thanks to our tax dollars, the U.S. Post Office is still hanging in there. And then, of course, you've got, the paid programs like Amex or not Amex, Amazon and FedEx, right? And UPS is still out there. There's a lot of delivery, but mail. So personal computing came along, and suddenly we have calendars. Think of all the jobs that were replaced within a company, right? There used to be people running messages up and down floors of buildings and delivering things, and that's just all gone. And of course, with personal computing came e-commerce, and we don't talk a lot about it. Walmart takes a beating for putting up their big box stores in towns and wiping out the local stores, the local hardware stores, Home Depots and Walmarts come in and Costco's come in and wipe out all those local merchants. But think of the thousands, millions of local merchants who've been totally displaced, replaced, eliminated by platforms like Amazon. Now, sure, many of them migrated to online sales, and many survived. So they adapted. And that's really the message of the book is if you don't migrate and adapt AI is going to come and take your job. So just like online shopping came and wiped out the local retailer, uh, or Walmart came to town and took over the local everything, right? You've got to adapt. You've got to find a new way to survive and generate income, because that's the bottom line with AI. It is so efficient. And the biggest cost for most companies, I'd say all companies, are the human resources, the benefits, the paid time off, right? Machines don't get sick. They don't take time off. They can work 24/7. So it really is a place where all businesses will go. Small businesses, one person businesses are leveraging AI because now they suddenly have a staff who can write, who can create images, create pictures, videos, edit videos, add audio. Voiceover is going to be a thing of the past. They are emulating voices now. You can't tell the difference. Contact centers, you know, the place where I live every day, the voice technology is impossible to detect, especially if you're not in the business. So when you call, and you call now, you call your credit card company, your cell phone company, any major company, you're hearing artificially intelligent created voices giving you options and delivering information to you. All of those jobs used to be done by humans, including recording the words that you used to hear on the IVR messaging. And so now what you're hearing are machine generated voices. And those voices, those machines, can now detect what you're saying. So we've gone from delivering messages one way to the caller to now interacting with the caller. These machines can already do that. They interact. They understand. They even understand now, and they're getting better at it every day. Tone of voice. If I call up upset, the machine knows it, and it can respond to that. Now, they're not perfect, but they are getting better. And so that's where we are headed. It's just unbelievable. But more humanistic roles. It's like, well, let the machines handle. That's the selling point. And I'm guilty of using it too, folks. Look, the machines will do the low-hanging fruit, the hard, repetitive type stuff, and then we'll save the humans to do the higher quality work. Well, you only need so many humans to do the higher quality work. There's not as much higher quality work as there is the daily repetitive stuff. You got to keep that in mind. In some of the major, Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan Chase CEO, said soon. I mean, he's talking, most of the experts, most of the CEOs and leaders in business and in AI say that by 2030, just 5 years from now, we will see full-on AI implementation. And Jamie Dimon is saying that workers will see a 3.5-day work week. Others have said, 3-day, 4-day work week. I'm thinking even less. But let's say he's right. 3.5 days, can you support your family? Because let's remember, when you cut work hours and work days, in the book, I calculated that a major company, through the use of AI right now, is doing the work that it would take 173 employees to do each year. So in the numbers, if you read the numbers, the money, the hours that they're saving, you've got to remember that's money, those are hours that were worked, are currently being worked by humans, that will be eliminated. So those 173 humans who would take a year to do the work that's described in more detail in the book and in the sources I cite, they're gone. They have to find something new to do. And we'll talk more about that on future episodes, but I'm just excited to have the opportunity to spend time with you and invite you to reach out through LinkedIn. That's going to be our main channel of communication. If you don't mind, you can always email me directly, Mike@spscontact.com. feel free to drop an email. We'd love for you to visit spscontact.com and learn what we do. We do a variety of things for businesses, but right now the big demand is, which AI tools should I leverage? Where do I go first? I mean, it would be great if you could get all of them, but unfortunately, most budgets don't work out that way. So you've got to be selective. You've got to get the tools that are going to move your business in the right direction as quickly as possible and on your project plan on budget. So we help you with that. We help you with a lot of different things and basic business help too. If you've got a contact center and you're looking to improve your KPIs, looking to improve performance of a team, of an individual, of a entire group, enterprise-wide, let us know. Reach out, Mike at spscontact.com. All right, well, thanks for joining on this episode of In the Queue. We'll have more, and we've got interviews that we're in the process of scheduling. If you'd like to be on the show, on In the Queue, and you've got something that you think might work well for this business audience, again, drop us a line, Mike at spscontact.com. Describe what you've got. We'd love to have some great people. We will be bringing you some amazing interviews in the near future. For now, Mike Schiano, have a super day. Thanks for listening to In the Queue.